Hi, this is Leigh Ambergy, stampwithleigh.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mentor, Ohio, and thank you for joining me for today's video. And before we get started with the card, I just want to let you know that the new January to April mini catalog will be starting January 5th. And this is the front of the catalog, so you can see a couple sneak peeks here. And also we'll be starting Celebration. So the mini catalog starts January 5th and it goes to the end of April 2023. Celebration is going to be a little different this year. In the past, we have had two celebrations, and in 2023, there will be one celebration for 2 months. It starts January 5th and it ends February 28th. And again, here's a sneak peek of the front. Per Stampin' Up! Policy, I cannot show you the inside of these catalogs until they actually go live. But I did want to at least let you get a sneak peek of the front of those. Also a reminder that the Fitting Florets early release bundle is still available. The gold swirls have sold out. The last I checked, the Fitting Florets Designer Series paper is still available. And also my December free PDF tutorial features the framed florets bundle. And this is a tutorial that I send to you when you make a $25 purchase in my online store before tax and shipping. You will receive a file that includes photos of the 5 cards, a listing of the material used, dimensions for all the cardstock and designer series paper, and step-by-step directions on how I made those cards. So again, all of this information is listed below this video. And also December 1st started the last chance retiring sale from the current mini. And this is the current mini, and that will be retiring January 4th. But there are several products in that catalog that have been reduced. And there's also some items from that catalog that will be carried over. So I have links, again, below this video that you can check all of that out. And this is usually something I don't do. I've got my little Post-its because I didn't have time to actually do my sheets. And what I do is when I get a card designed and I like it, I have a sheet that lists everything out, and then that's what I make up for that card, so I know exactly what I'm going to be cutting my cardstock for my classes, and it lists everything, the accessories, the stamps, the paper, the ink, the whatever. And then that way when I also do my blog post, I have this sheet so that I know exactly what I've used for that card. I just made these up on a whim, and I didn't fill out a sheet for them. But I have 2 Slimline cards for you. And this is the first one I did. And if you've watched my videos, you know that I like simple and easy. It's not to say I don't do a technique type of card or a fold card. Those I usually save for classes, but I like something that's pretty, but it's easy, it's simple, and it doesn't take me an hour to make. That's just not my style. But this Slimline card just features Stampin' Up's gorgeous designer series paper, and I stamped a greeting, added some embellishments. Boom, I'm all done. So this is the first one I did, and it's this is the Santa Express Designer Series paper. The stamp set is from the Brightest Glow. These little matte dots are the 22, 24 in color. The little tree on the inside is from the Caroling Mice. It's a hostess set in the current mini. I just thought that was the only tree. It was the only tree stamp I had. And I wanted to pull something else in from the trees. I do have some snowflakes, I guess I could have, but I wanted to stay with the tree. And I colored that with Granny Apple blends. And I mean, these cards will fit in a standard legal envelope. Those are a little on the thin side, unless you can find some heavier, sturdier envelopes. But Stampin' Up! Does have Slimline envelopes, and they are cute on the back. They're in the annual catalog. And again, they're in the back. I don't remember what page, but we do have Slimline envelopes. So I made this one up, and then, you know me, it's like, oh, what else can I do? So I did a non-Christmas, and this is a birthday. So, and this uses the Peaceful Moment stamp set, and the card base is Fresh Friesna. The Designer Series paper with that foil shine and shimmer. That is from the Splendid Day, and that is in the annual catalog, Designer Series paper. This, even though this is not Fresh Friesna like ribbon, it is the Sweet Sorbet, one of the new in colors, and it still goes really well with that Designer Series paper. So you don't just pull out what you have and just see, because sometimes, even though it's a different color, it's going to look okay. And the card I'm going to stamp live with you is going to be another good example of the color that it isn't the color that I'm coordinating it with, but it matches, it picks up. So again, just pull out what you've got, see if it matches, and run with it. And again, you know, have fun and play with it. So let me put these, I kind of put these back so you can still kind of see them somewhere in through here. What we are going to work on today is, it's the same basic concept. It's the Slimline card. So let me get my little Post-its out of the way. And for Slimline, I like to use 8 1/4 by 7 cardstock. And on the 7-inch side, I score that at 3 1/2. So that's what gives me my base for a Slimline card. And a Slimline card can be vertical or horizontal. I liked this layout, so that's what I was going with. Then I have my white, I use black, basic black for my card base. I antagonize, again, I'm using Splendid Day. Antagonize, that's kind of neat, but I like this. With soft succulent for my card base, with soft sea foam, and I couldn't find anything I really liked. So I said, I'm going to my neutral. I'm going to basic black. And I guess probably basic gray or smoky slate might have worked, but I just fell back on basic black. So in these basic white pieces are 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. And I do have 2 because this is dark. So one will go inside the card. So I have this, and then this is so simple. I mean, it is just so simple. So I'm going to get your adhesive of choice, and I'm just going to mount my Designer Series paper onto my basic white, and I'm going to try to get it centered around the top and the sides. And I'm putting my Designer Series paper on here first because I want to stamp my greeting in the bottom, and I stamped first, and then I was like, I'm running out of room. So I'm going to put my Designer Series paper on first. And this stamp I'm using is this one right here. You Make My Life Happier. It's from the Very Best Occasions, and this is in the current mini catalog. I just want to make sure I've got this straight and nothing weird is going on. Okay, so I am in the right direction. I want this to go right here. Ha! Came out pretty good. You never know. Usually when I'm doing stuff live, it's when everything goes wrong. So now I have a piece of soft succulent. What is it? Soft succulent satin shimmer ribbon. And yes, I've cut a piece. And yes, you can take a whole piece and wrap this around completely your cardstock. I don't do that for the simple reason it adds more bulk to my card. But then if I just do this, I have more ribbon to play with. So what I'm going to do is put my adhesive, because I'm going to be putting adhesive on this anyway, but I want to get my ribbon. I'm going to get my ribbon on here, and I am going to leave a small space. And no, I'm not setting this down because it's going to stick, but I could always pull out my silicone mat and work on it so that it doesn't stick to the paper, to the grid paper. Even? That looks pretty even. Okay, now we're just going to put this on our card base. So again, use your adhesive of choice. And I want to make sure where this ribbon is, that also stays put. So I'm putting some adhesive on there. Okay, let's see if we can get this centered. So far, so good. All right, there we go. I have that. Now, remember when I was saying that you don't always have to be the same exact color? That's what's going to happen with this. And these are the sequins and gems. And the colors on these are, this is the fresh Friesiana, which I used here. But this is Coastal Cabana. This color is Coastal Cabana. But if I put it up next to the soft seafoam and the soft succulent, it kind of looks like it's green. That it's a green shade instead of a blue shade. So that's what I was saying. Pull your embellishments, your ribbon out, and see if something, just because this says Coastal Cabana, doesn't mean that it's not going to pick up the colors in the green here. So I am just going to add these. And as you guys know, this is always where I antagonize over how do I want these. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's it, we're done. So this is, like I said, I have this to go inside. This is it, a very easy slimline card, showcasing Stampin' Up's beautiful designer series paper. And you can make this for whatever you need. I have Christmas, I have happy birthday, and this is just a card to send to someone to let them know I'm thinking about them. I appreciate having them in my life. And it's it. Designer series paper, stamp a greeting, some embellishments, and you're done. So I hope you have enjoyed today's Slimline card. I appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to stop by. Have a wonderful day. Bye.